Hello everybody, and welcome to yet another week in this glorious pandemic time. So when I was doing research for this little project that I'm going to roll out to you right now, I actually did not realize that May is Mental Health Month. It's kind of serendipitous though, and I'm not mad at the fact that I am rolling out a mental health project at the same month as Mental Health Month. I also didn't realize that Mental Health Month is something that is sort of celebrated in the United States, or at least somewhat recognized since 1949. So I did some research for this video because I thought I was going to talk about mental health in America. You'll be glad to know that I looked at all of those statistics for you, and I will be the one with nightmares tonight. I would say don't do that. Don't go there. But one thing is clear. We really all have to be advocates for our own mental health. However, that does not mean that we cannot help each other to achieve the goal of improved mental health. So I want to make two disclaimers before I roll out the plan. The first one is this. It is important at this time to not overlook serious symptoms of mental illness. If you are experiencing an increased amount of symptoms that we would associate with mental illness, things like fatigue and exhaustion, poor concentration, a loss of appetite, not being able to complete tasks, a lack of desire to do the things that used to make you happy, if you are hearing voices, if you are experiencing thoughts of suicide, you have to pay attention to this. There are many resources for you to speak to someone who is a qualified mental health care practitioner that can help you work through this. I'm going to leave some of the crisis hotlines in the box below, but there are so many resources that you can either text or call or actually chat with, or in some communities speak to someone in person, even at this time. So don't overlook any of that. The second disclaimer for this project is that while it can help anyone, it is not for everyone. I think this is a great idea, or else I wouldn't be sharing it with you, but I would never ever suggest that this is what every single person watching this channel should do. This is a very specific plan designed for my community of humans who, in the time of crisis, increased stress, anxiety, depression, our default is to increase our physical activity exponentially, let's be real. We are people that feel compelled to move more in a time of crisis. I designed this plan because of you. I'm reading all your emails, I'm reading your comments, I am getting your messages on Instagram, I am talking to you if you're my client, and what you're telling me is that you're struggling right now. You're telling me that you feel yourself sliding back into bad habits of adding more and more exercise and adding more and more intensity as a coping mechanism for what we're all going through. And it's rattling you because you're feeling that you're not capable, which is not true, by the way, but you're feeling like your confidence is rattled because the increased pressure is making you feel like you want to go back to those old coping mechanisms that you're kind of over by now. Okay, first I want to tell you, don't despair. Check out the video I did last week if you feel like you don't know why this is happening. Somebody commented on Instagram this week and said, why am I doing this? This is so ridiculous. And my answer is quite simple. If you got stuck outside in a really bad rainstorm and there was not an appropriate umbrella, you would just grab a trash bag. So don't beat yourself up. This is a normal thing. You're just grabbing a trash bag right now. So remember, nothing that I'm going to talk about in this plan is a substitute for qualified mental health care. I am not a therapist. As you know, I am here to provide my personal experience, my expertise, and a lot of the research and science that I study in school. This is not a substitute for therapy. At the end of the day, take what you like from this and leave what you don't. Okay, so welcome to the JEM Project. I'm actually really excited about this. This is a 3-faceted plan. So JEM Project facets, see what I did there? And the idea behind it was to come up with a way that we could sort of try to hit our mental health concerns from different angles. A lot of us are stuck in this mindset that it's just like exercise, 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 and that's the only thing that works. And I just don't know if enough of us have given a try to other things that would support our efforts. So think about how we treat our physical health. We don't try to get healthy just by doing one thing and then question why we are not healthy. I've eaten a pound of kale today. Why am I not healthy? Never mind my nightly swimming pool of vodka, my baby oil suntan like it's 1979, I don't know, lead toothpaste. All the kale in the world is not going to combat a fatty liver, skin cancer, or lead poisoning. Yet this is our mindset when it comes to our mental health, in our community specifically. When we feel stressed, we just put the shoes on and want to go. So let's try a bunch of different things and see if it helps. JEM, right? J-E-M. The J stands for journaling, the E stands for exercise, and the M stands for meditation. Okay, you know how they say that sometimes when people teach something, it's because they really need it? This is me. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm awesome at all of these things. I am really not, which is why I thought this was a really cool idea, because it's something that we can do together. So why have I chosen journaling to be part of our mental health gorgeousness? There's 1,000,001 studies on how journaling improves mood. It also enhances well-being. It improves working memory, and it can help us shift our minds into more positive thinking. It is particularly helpful for people with a history of trauma. All of this comes from a 2005 study by Beike and Wilhelm. There is tons of research on what they call therapeutic writing. There are some guidelines for therapeutic writing. Number 1, we don't want to brain dump. Number 2, we want to write when we can be relatively free of distraction. Number 3, we want to make sure that whatever it is that we're writing in is private. And number 4, it's best to use a prompt, which I am going to provide you with. Let's talk about the E part, exercise. So if you watched my video last week, you know that I sort of mentioned a couple of studies that suggest that between 25 and 30 minutes of physical activity several days per week, amounting to somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours per week of moderate aerobic activity is enough for you to get significant mental health benefits. There is an overwhelming amount of research that corroborates these findings. So it's fine for us to do exercise. No one is saying that's not going to help your mental health at all. But in our community, the tendency to feel as though the more exercise we do, the better we're going to feel is problematic. For the purposes of the JEM Project, we're going to try to keep it to a cool 30 minutes. Okay, and finally, meditation. I am not the first person to tell you that meditation is good for you. It helps us become more resilient to stress. It increases our ability to be compassionate, even and probably especially with ourselves. Meditation makes us less reactionary and more forgiving. It is not well known exactly how much time per day it is necessary to meditate in order to get the mental health benefits, but many experts say that as little as 10 minutes a day will do the job. So my proposal with the JEM Project is as follows. There's a handy dandy little PDF that you will find on my website, which if I can figure it out, we'll post it somewhere here. And what we will do as a community is we will commit to doing JEM every single day for at least a week. And then we're gonna see if we can extend that to the full month. This is gonna be hard for me. Not the part about doing 30 minutes of exercise a day, because honestly, that's kind of my limit. For me, the hard part is disciplining myself to sit down and write my thoughts out every day, and also doing the meditation thing. So here's the plan. You can go to my website, there's question and answers on a blog post talking about the JEM Project. You will, to yourself and virtually to me, commit to doing a 5-minute journal prompt, 25 to 30 minutes of moderate physical activity, and 10 minutes of meditation daily. Now, you don't have to exercise every single day. I mean, I would not suggest that you do that anyway. You can do much less exercise if you'd like to as well. It's just the idea is that that is a kind of guideline for moderate, normal amounts of healthy exercise. So I've been using the journal prompt and doing a 10-minute meditation every day this week. I cannot promise you that I have been exercising every day this week, but I've been doing the other 2 parts and I have really enjoyed it so far. The journal prompt, honestly, should only take you about 5 minutes. You can use any meditation app that you like. I'm using Headspace these days. You can use Calm. You can also use Insight Timer. I have used both. Additionally, you'll find that there's podcasts with free guided meditations. You can also just set a timer and just meditate until the alarm goes off. It really doesn't have to be anything fancy. I am going to provide us with a few different opportunities along the way for feedback. So I will do some Instagram posts, and I will probably have another place on the blog where you can comment on how your experience is. This is a great baseline for us, but I also want you to continue to do all the things that you're doing for self-care and to manage your mental health. So keep taking your baths, keep making your bed, keep doing those Zoom calls with friends, keep binge watching Too Hot to Handle, and then maybe you can explain that Harry thing to me. I still don't get it. Give yourself a manicure. Give me a manicure. This is ratchet. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, and make sure you're getting in some good nutrition. Non-judgmental good nutrition. So remember, we're looking to change some habits here. This doesn't happen overnight. It might not even happen in the first week. It will probably take several weeks until it starts to make sense to you. I don't want you to give up. We're gonna do this together. We have to give our brain the chance to switch from thinking this is the only thing that's gonna work to sort of like spreading out, opening up an opportunity for other things to help us. I'm really excited about this, you guys. Like, I'm not like a woo person. I don't like BS you guys for anything. I'm not doing this for any reason except I'm telling you, I just keep hearing over and over again the stories of people struggling, and I swear to you, I just want to help. So I'm gonna leave the link below to the blog post on my website. I'm going to post about this probably a lot over the next month or so. I really want you to comment. This is a community. I love your feedback. I want to hear from you. Make sure that you're commenting below, commenting on Instagram, send me emails, acaseofthejills@gmail.com. If during this time you would like to schedule a mentoring call with me, you can do that. The link is also below. By the way, this is free, of course. It's not about money. It's about you taking care of yourself and us being there for each other. So please let me know how it's going and tell me if you like this idea. I'm really excited to hear from you. Promise me that you're gonna give yourself a break this week, this month, forever. You deserve it, okay? We're all doing our best. I love you. I hope you guys have an incredible week, and I will see you soon. You guys, I'm filming, and this is what's going on in the corner of the room, okay? Like, really? Really? Tulip, what do you think? JEM Project? Are you on it? Are you on it? Oh my God, in my next life, I want to be a dog.